I'm seeing that they're quite serious about the beginning of the persistence. So bringing in things that are going to remain persistent is going to be a bit of a change. Starfarer is supposed to be flyable.
Okay.
Apparently, hopefully.
Hmm.
Reliant is going to be hangar ready.
Yep.
I think they're going to have a lot of bug fixes, and a lot of that revolving around also getting persistence started, because that is a big change. That is a huge change.
It's a good change, though.
I think.
Oh yeah, it's a definite, because that
take a
gets us
while.
up the road.
One of the
Yeah, it's not all happening at once. It's 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6 are going to be the real intro for that.
One of the things that was said was that it's going to be kind of 2.0 in terms of scale of how much it changes the game. So 2.4 is going to be a real massive boost to where you're going to see where Star Citizen is heading now. So that'll be really great. That'll be really good. I think what has been confirmed is that there will be persistence of some sort in 2.4, whether it's just UEC or something stupid like that. But there is going to be some sort of persistence in the game, and a higher player count, which would be cool.
It would be good if they expanded the map, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
More jump points, maybe.
Well, at least had other areas, because
Yeah.
if you don't jump, then it is huge already.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Just more things to explore would be nice.
Yeah,
And,
more things.
I think they're going to surprise us with that stuff.
Yeah. I'd heard something about Nyx, actually.
Yeah, that was something, but I've got a feeling if that is coming in 2.4, that might be the last patch, or maybe even 2.5. I don't think Nyx is going to be out in 2.4. I very much doubt it.
I would be surprised if it was as well.
Yeah, I would be very surprised.
Yeah.
I've heard they might open that up as
Mm.
an elevator destination for now to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
That you won't actually be able to fly there or do anything. It'll just be through the elevator. So I could see them doing that fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You will be able to land on the platforms on Crusader before Nyx is flyable.
What
Yeah.
do you mean the platforms on Crusader?
Yeah, because I think they want to get...
Crusader has a whole bunch of landing platforms in the atmosphere.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and they're saying that that's getting quite close as well.
Yeah, they want the whole pupil to planet thing done before Nyx is
And now
introduced.
isn't Nyx sort of amalgamated? Am I getting confused between places?
Nyx was meant to be like the next ArcCorp, basically, but I think they've kind of scratched that idea and they're now just trying to push it so you can fly to it. I think originally they were going to make it so it was like an ArcCorp thing. So you go in your elevator, and it still might be, but the way I saw it is that they were probably going to do it so it's that you're able to fly into Nyx from wherever. So another thing that is confirmed is, well, very, very likely, is the Starfarer Gemini flyable in 2.4. There has been bugs in 2.3 which has allowed it to kind of fly, so the possibilities of it being flight ready in 2.4 are very, very good.
Not the Gemini, just the Starfarer.
Sorry, not the
I
Gemini.
have to say,
Just the Starfarer.
I was rather surprised by the Starfarer being the first big ship that actually got into the game.
It's incredible.
Okay, all right. I've got to get this out the way. Sorry, they need to let us change our hangars back. I like the whole thing about having to walk around it. It's an awesome ship, but I want my old hangar back. I'm having trouble with my. You always have trouble with the table, anyways. But certain weapons aren't showing up, and I just want my old hangar back. Sorry, a rant done.
No,
It was only temporary. It should be.
Yeah, I
back
know.
it's
after
gone
the
this
next
week.
2.4, it should be gone. Yeah.
It's
I know, but-
gone this week. Yeah, I think we'll get.
I just wanted to rant.
We'll get 2.4 by the end of this weekend, I reckon. That's my opinion. We'll get 2.4 by the end of this weekend, because the Starfarer Gemini was only going to be in our hangars for a week. The Starfarer was only going to be in our hangars for a week anyway.
Maybe Monday. Be an interesting birthday present for me.
Monday. Is your birthday Monday? Is it 20? Yeah, 20.
19.
Oh, little babby. Still
But
a
I'm
little
already senile.
You're already senile. So we've got some sort of persistence.
I am literally old enough to be your dad.
My father's in his 60s, so he's probably older than you.
What was I talking? Yeah, sorry. So confirmed, so far we have the Starfarer flyable, and some sort of persistence. What else do we think? Because they did say, obviously, new FPS animations. I've got a feeling that's coming in as well.
Maybe some more guns.
Yeah.
Cargo physics might be in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a
feeling. Actually,
I've got a feeling they're a lot further ahead with cargo and logistics than they let on.
I'll be frank. I think the game's a lot further on than they actually let us see.
Yeah.
And I suspect they've probably got an awful lot of the logistics and the fuel collection, everything. I suspect there's an awful lot more map than we've been shown.
They've got
I suspect they've probably got dozens of systems at this point.
They've got the whole
I would agree.
push-pull thing as well coming in, which is for logistics, isn't it? Because you're going to be pushing and pulling cargo, so that's a big thing.
I mean, it's quite small, but the fact that you're going to be able to load up your own ship with cargo is going to be, I mean, it's incomparable to any other game, really.
Oh god, yeah. It's gonna be amazing. It's, I think when cargo is introduced, even if it's in its most base form, it's gonna just send people crazy. It's gonna really separate Star Citizen from every other game out there. I would actually say that Star Citizen is very unique in itself at the moment, but logistics and the whole cargo thing would just really, really separate it from everything else out there. So what about some of the possibilities that were mentioned in the reverse, or things that we think might be possible in 2.4?
Unicorns?
Maybe. Never say never, right? Could be unicorns in Star Citizen.
The refueling is another one.
Yeah, refueling.
Might be.
Just give a shout out to Abbot, who's
Abbot
currently saying hi.
Hello, Abbot. Thank you for joining us. If you're enjoying the live stream, it's good. It's what we're here for. So yeah, I mean the possibility. So maybe refueling, and I mean, why otherwise would they have the Starfarer? And I guess to have the Starfarer and to have refueling would just be a massive thing. And they've already said that 2.4 is going to be huge in terms of how much it's going to affect the game. So, we could have refueling in there along with the Starfarer.
Who has a Starfarer?
I have a Gemini, but
yeah. So you have you will have.
I'll have a Starfarer. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, and jump on Lucas's shit.
Lucas, you seem to have all of the big ships.
Yeah.
He does.
I like collecting. Some of them I'll keep. The Starfarer I'll keep, but I have a Phoenix that I won't keep. I eventually turn it into a Carrack, and I also have an upgrade from a Carrack to a Crucible to a Redeemer, or not a Redeemer, something else that's 350. So I get a lot of those, so I can just keep shifting them around. So you can.
Redeemer is Rory's favorite ship, by the way.
Yeah, the Redeemer. I have an upgrade for a Vanguard to a Redeemer because I have 2 Vanguards. So.
Oh.
Look at that! Look at the salt there.
I'm sure I can spare some ammunition for it.
Just never fly the Redeemer near Rory ever.
No. If one manages to land in the Ark, well, I'll have to carry out full decontamination procedures, and then I'll self-destruct the ship.
Doesn't that make the decontamination procedure completely inept? You should just blow up.
I wouldn't want to pollute the surroundings with any debris.
So yeah, refueling and push pull. That maybe, and then also clothing and character customization.
Characters,
16 faces so far. 3 male. Sorry, 8 male, 8 female.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see some variation in character because I'm sorry, but I'm tired of staring at the old same ugly mug.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we need some variation.
There needs to be a way to go in like, oh look, there's
some
Hooch
hair.
or there's Monty.
Hair, yeah.
Hair,
all
beards.
the characters are bald.
Yeah.
They're all bald clones. It's very creepy.
I'm quite looking forward to character customization, but that's just because I like RPG games, so it'll be good. I'll try and definitely make one that looks like me, but when you've only got 16 heads, it might be a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Depends who they've got in to do the face capture, really.
Well, you really only have 8 at
Yeah.
this point.
Well, I don't know if those 16 are templates that you can modify or
Probably not.
No,
well, I don't know.
They
You
would be
can modify them.
Yeah, they would be set templates.
If
for
you
now.
could modify them, they just stick out character creation. They wouldn't bother with giving a say to them.
Yeah, they would.
I dread to think what I'm going to end up.
Please be like a massive hench black man. Definitely.
No.
God.
Anyways, Lucas, you got a Starfare. So when this is up and running, are you going to allow us to practice boarding?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm
We'll
game
have
to
to get something
practice and
together
do
for that.
everything.
And we should
We'll
do
also
that.
have
Yeah,
to
'cause,
find out how you
like-
self-destruct
like-
it.
Yeah, and I'd like to see how to
explosion
get in,
effects.
figure out the best ways of getting into a Starfare in flight and all that sort of thing.
We need to start teaching
Oh, yeah.
ourselves how to approach and breach and enter and ships and stuff of this size. From when we have to do that. So the Starfare could be perfect for that because I think one of the things that Lando said when he was looking around the Starfare is that I think they finally fixed FPS to a point where you can actually shoot people inside of a ship because beforehand they became invulnerable when they went inside a
Yeah.
ship.
That would be good.
So
It'll
you
be-
finally be able to have FPS battles inside the Starfare, which would be amazing. So
I know, but it is fun. It is fun to empty a clip in the back of somebody's head when they're in the pilot seat.
yeah,
But there's just no satisfaction in it when they don't die.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to find out whether we need to shoot the engines or the weapons first.
What for the Starfare? Just shoot the fuel pods, mate.
Yeah, well, if you're
Shoot
trying to
them.
board the ship, having a massive hydrogen reaction probably isn't very.
Yeah, they're kind of self-defeating there.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
a lot of the damage stuff is going to be a ways out, to be honest. Like, right now you can't damage any of the multi-crew ships to where they'll just stop. I mean, you can damage them pretty good, but they're just going to blow up if you keep hitting them at all. So,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see when they actually get these advanced damage states they were discussing before. So
Yeah.
you can actually walk through a ship now, and if you get hit in the side down a corridor and see sparks flying out of it and possibly breach holes.
Well, they've got the whole laser breaching tool, haven't they? Which they've demoed, which would be able to cut massive squares out of the sides of ships and stuff and breach. So that's going to be awesome. But I think that's just another point of the whole physicalized damage state they're going for. It's just so amazing. But I don't think we're going to see that until very, very late on in the game, maybe 2.7, something stupid like that. But yeah, what about some of the stuff which has been discussed by Chris but probably won't come in 2.4? What do we think about that? Because he mentioned obviously next but that's probably not going to be 2.4. What else was there? I mean, even character customization was mentioned as well, so I guess you could put that in possibilities undiscussed.
No, I think that'll be a ways out.
Yeah.
I mean, until they've
Yeah.
got actual proper persistence in the PTU, No, the PU. I don't think counts creation because nobody's going to want to spend half an hour every time they load up the game to get their character right.
Mm-hmm. But you never
or
know
to make
what
a
type
character
of...
that you can't use.
Yeah.
You know.
But you never know what type of persistence is going to be coming in 2.4. It could be character persistence. So, you know. Oh, yeah, also, I just remembered, they talked about an actual kind of jail for outlaws and stuff, and a different spawning area for outlaws.
Yeah.
That could happen. Don't know how much work that took, but maybe a 2.4. You never know. Could possibly.
And the Austin team were talking about having a store on Olazar.
Yes, they were.
So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think Olazar has more area to it because there's doors that are just locked right now.
Yeah.
But I think there is stuff beyond those areas. But
yeah, they've just put placeholder doors there for now, just so they got the space to do it. But if you've gone onto Art Corp recently, they've removed the construction barriers from the Kasaba outlet, and there's actual clothes in there now. So I think that's going to be something that we're able to go into in 2.4 as well. We're going to be able to go into Kasaba.
Does it have suits?
Yes.
Good.
Suits.
Because my character will have nothing but the finest suits, regardless of the situation.
Depends how much UEC.
How are you going to afford to run an Idris, pay a crew, get the finest suits in the world?
All that whiskey and gin.
You know, what are you going to live?
Don't forget the whiskey and the cigars.
Oh yeah, the whiskey and cigars.
Yes.
Are you going to pimp out Oakley?
Well, I was thinking if I got a taser and I waited until we were having a massive meeting, knocked everybody out, and hired them out in that big Pirates Pace Spider, I thought I could cover the running costs of the Ark Royal.
Oh shit! There's no loyalty. There's no loyalty.
And you know,
so you wake up in your own brig, and nobody's on your ship. You're just drifting through space.
Mutiny. There will be a mutiny on board the Ark Royal. I guarantee it.
It wouldn't be on the Ark Royal. I'd have sold you all at, hired you out at Spider.
Okay. Archangel Michael's actually commented here. He says the question should be, how are you going to afford it with legal means? He is correct there.
Legal
because if
means.
not, we're going to have to shoot you.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Oh my god, we can as well. Oh, that's a perfect excuse.
Remember the mechanics of the game work. You break the law, we're actually obliged to hunt out.
I think I'll just get my address, find some willing volunteers, and actually dive into somewhere like Spider, and will kill as many ships as I can, as long as they're pirates, of course.
Okay, so Leroy Jenkins, it?
Yes.
You should just name it the HMS Jenkins.
Oh, you should just call it the Leroy Jenkins.
Just HMS Jenkins.
You shout at me for changing the name. And it's
we wouldn't. We would be. Yeah, that's good. HMS Jenkins suits your ship perfectly. HMS Jenkins. That is a perfect Monty ship.
Well, might as well just call HMS Surprise.
HMS Surprise butt sacks.
Pirates would never expect it.
So it'll be a picture of a kitten as its mascot, you know.
Maybe a Labrador.
A Labrador called Gherkin.
Yes.
So that's pretty much 2.4 wrapped up. Well, I say wrapped up. I'm sure there's things I've probably forgotten, but yeah, 2.4 looks incredible, and I'm all aboard the hype train for that. That's for certain. Now we're gonna ask Abbot some questions. We're going to put him on the spot. You ready, Abbot? You ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm always ready to be on the spot.
It's not that bad. Trust me, it's okay. I'm making it sound worse than it is.
You don't feel trapped at all here, do you?
Yeah. Don't worry, you're fine.
No.
You're fine. Okay, so the first question is really, really simple. What is 1 million times 5? No, it's not that. When did you first hear about Star Citizen?
I think I heard about it pretty quickly after it was announced. Like, not too far from a friend of mine. Probably within the first 6 months, but I didn't get on board with the game until quite a ways after that.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly when I actually purchased a ship, but
Okay, awesome. Hooch, would you like to ask the next question?
Okay, this is going to be a fun one, apparently. How many ships do you own, and why do you own them?
I have quite a few. I've got.
So we've heard. This
No.
is
The list currently, because like I said, I have upgrades and stuff like that. But I have the Idris, the Saber, Vanguard with the Battlefield upgrade kits for the Sentinel and Harbinger as well. The Gemini, the Javelin, the Second Warden, M50, Constellation Phoenix, Land Scout, and a Blade.
Nice.
Nice collection.
It's a
And that's
pretty
it
good
for now.
collection. That's
Yep.
a pretty insane collection. Monty, would you like to read the next question?
How do you plan on operating a javelin in reverse?
Haven't got that far yet. Not even close. Very good, honest answer.
That's a great way to
Yeah,
answer
Just
that
praying
question.
for some money then.
It's going to be a big ship to run. That's going to be, yeah.
It's gonna be
I'm having a feeling
pretty
a lot of
logical.
these big ships are going to be, yeah, it's going to be, I mean, I guess you're going to be in the right group for it because a lot of us are already saying you assign this to a ship or whatever. You know, we're ready more for that than necessarily the intro. Who's going to
You're a bit.
ship off as the largest torpedo ever.
You're breaking up
About
a
what?
lot, dude.
Yeah.
You're breaking up
Yeah.
a lot.
Am I breaking up now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still quite broken.
Ooh. Hang on. How about now?
That's
It's
better.
a bit
I can
better.
hear you better now.
Hey.
Yeah, that's better.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, bar Monty, who's just going to be have the largest torpedo in the universe,
Yeah.
basically. We're all looking pretty, forward to crewing on a ship. So, like, I've signed up for the Patriarch, even though, most of us aren't looking at this as I'm going to be my own kind of thing, running around in a very hollow ship, kind of thing. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to run them big ships.
Yeah.
But you're in the right group for it, though, I think.
It takes a team, I mean, that's what it is. It's
Oh,
a
gotcha.
team ship, so it doesn't matter,
I
one
mean-
person can't handle it. Even
No.
a small, even 10 people, you have to be in a big group, and you have to be in a big group that wants to do it.
I mean, if you think about it, capital ships are made for organizations anyway, because you're placing your trust with a person on board your ship. Like, this is going to be a big ship, and it's going to take a lot to run it.
Yeah.
So,
I hardly
Yeah.
doubt that I got the Idris unless I've been in the UNR.
yeah. So, yeah. Next question. Have you jumped on the 2.4 hype train? Choo choo.
Have I?
Yeah, have you jumped on the 2.4 hype train?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always excited for the next patch, next update. I'm in the P2. I'm
Oh,
usually
nice.
in the first batch, so
Awesome, man.
I get to screw around with it right away, usually. I mean, pretty much last, probably I'd say 10 or 15 PTU ones I've been in the first wave, but
CIG don't like us. They don't let us play in a PTU.
well,
Yeah.
you gotta be in the PTU,
Right.
you gotta join the test squadron.
I know, it's
and
only a
then
joke.
get into it, and then you just have to really participate. You gotta do a lot of, you don't have to write up stuff yourself. You just going through and verifying is like just as important. So
It literally, if you
Very
take about
important.
5 minutes out of your day and just go through and click a few, I can reproduce or I cannot reproduce things. And
yeah.
fun.
I mean, you should. I mean, obviously, you want to be doing clicking on stuff that actually
Oh yeah.
you're experiencing. But yeah, it does not take long to go through, and you probably get bored before you go through all of them and verify it. Obviously, so.
God, I feel sorry for the frickin' people doing all the bug fixing. That's gotta hurt, especially in a game that big.
At least they have it set up to where it takes so many. I can't remember the number, but it takes quite a few, to verify
12.
it before it even gets to them. It
I
might
think
be
it's 12.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, I guess that
And then the
eliminates
severity
a lot
of it is more. Yeah, the small stuff or whatever. Then the more it has, the more verifications on it, the higher up the priority it goes. So.
Okay, awesome.
I suspect the most painful job at CIG is probably ship designer, though. Because every time you release a ship, half the form explodes in rage.
I don't think that's because a lot of people love the concept art. They get so hyped about the concept art. It's the stats they hate. They get all pent up about the stats.
Why isn't it? Why is this ship? I looked at this ship in concept. It's my I win button. Why is it not my I win button?
I'll have you know that the Idris has 3 of them and the Javelin has 4.
I win.
And capital ship gameplay for captains will be sprinting around a solid platinum room, smashing these buttons.
Go on, Lucas. What did you want to say? Sorry.
I think they need to stop catering to people that whine because they get wrecked by a ship. Like they're trying to make all the ships so equal, which they're not. They're not supposed to be.
No.
I mean, if say a Vanguard takes a swipe at a Hornet, the Hornet should melt.
Yeah.
Very rapidly.
Yeah.
But
they've said also that later on down the road, like they've said specifically like a Retaliator. A Retaliator, it should take 4 Super Hornets to kill it, and 2 of them should probably die in the process.
Yeah.
Which right now, that's a joke. The Retaliator has nothing.
You could get in an Aurora and kill a Retaliator.
I did myself in a Hornet.
Yeah.
I would not want to be in a Retaliator.
I wreck ships all the time with my M50 because it's just a matter of do you have the patience to keep pounding on them until they come apart. The Vanguard isn't going to get you. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. One of the things I have to say, particularly with the tally, is everyone I've destroyed has only had 2-3 people running it at the most.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen somebody running with a full tally.
I don't think there will be really any tallies, though, that run with a full player crew.
Yeah.
It has too
No,
many...
it's possible, but...
Yeah, but it's going to be very boring for a majority of the crew just sitting on a turret for the entire journey.
Yeah.
I think the tally's biggest curse is the fact that it's not too big that there are loads of crew stations to muck around with, but it's big enough that it needs loads of gun turrets. And the gun turrets aren't strong enough either for what it's supposed to do.
No, but this is all...
Yeah, they're a joke.
This is all going to be stuff that will be rectified later on. At the moment, I take everything in the game as placeholder, including weapons. You know, especially when it comes to multi-crew ships. I mean, people are like, oh, the weapons are too underpowered. Yes, they are. They're all underpowered at the moment because we don't have size freaking 4s or 5s or 6s properly in yet. You know, not everything is properly stats-wise. I mean, it's not even an alpha yet, this game, as far as I'm concerned.
No, my Saber and my Vanguard are I win buttons.
Yeah, at the moment, the Saber is,
No,
yeah.
they should be. They should be.
Yeah.
Unless you get up against somebody who is vastly superior.
Well, then obviously they need to rebalance it to make it so it's my I win
No,
button.
no, they're hacking. They're obviously
Or they're hacking. Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen the first time I ever played Arena Commander, way back in the day, as I got on and I'm like, was blown away, like just wrecked immediately, over and over and over again. And like, oh my god! And then you play a better gauge of how good you are compared to other people is playing Vandal Swarm. I think, even though the Vandals are a lot easier to kill, but if they can kill a lot more of them in the same amount of time as you, and you're getting killed by the Vandal, or you're not getting killed. It's a better gauge of like your piloting skills versus other people. I think, at least what you should be able to.
There's always been as well, especially with Arena Commander multiplayer, the metagame. And that involves putting on the flavor of the month gun.
Yeah.
And if you're just going in with your stock Hornet, the other people in Super Hornets or whatever, they're loading theirs out with all the flavor of the month. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So and that's where a lot of it goes. I wouldn't put a lot of it at skill. I put a lot of it at the metagame.
Yeah, in Arena Commander, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are
of course,
exceptionally skilled that will wreck you. It doesn't. You could put them in any ship, and they'll wreck you.
They'll kick your ass
because they're just spot on.
Yeah.
But
I'm one of
maybe
those
not
people.
every ship, but yeah.
There are some people that I see online, and they're orbiting you perfectly, and you can never get your guns on them, and they'll just orbit and beat the crap out of you, and it's insane.
Yeah.
They're so talented. A lot of talent.
Okay, so Abutu's is commenting, ship-to-ship combat needs some serious work. I hope they're up to the challenge. They're gonna be. It's still in alpha, so that's an irrelevant kind of statement. You should not be able to die in under 5 seconds. Well, that all depends. If you're stupid enough to go up against something,
Well, remember
it's
when he's saying that you should
Yeah.
die in 5 seconds, that completely defeats physicalized damage then, because physicalized damage
and it's
is
been that
where
way
you get
for a
hit.
while.
That's where you take
2.3.
damage. Yeah.
2.3, you don't seem to take any damage, and then you just die.
Yeah.
So-
I would make the ships a bit tougher though.
Daedalus 0813, I think the ship-to-ship combat may be unbalanced to a certain extent. But like they say, this game is more based on skill and not stats. Yeah, that's the problem with this game, is too many people are looking at it as if it should be balanced.
Mm.
No, it shouldn't.
I think
If you look at
Yeah, some ships
equipment
should be
in reality today,
Mhm.
there is no such thing as balance.
I think the single biggest issue though we have at the moment is the fact that we're sticking all of these ships into a tiny little cube of space, and then we're all asking them to dogfight in exactly the same way. And it's going to benefit some ships
Well,
more
that's
than others.
that's for Arena Commander, of course. But
yeah.
The way I see it is that the ships should be balanced against themselves, and I've always said this.
Yeah.
Every time a ship is made, it should be balanced against itself and what it's meant to do. So a Super Hornet is a dogfighter. It should dogfight. A Retaliator is a bomber. It should bomb. It shouldn't be dogfighting. And this is why the ship stats, and why people, when they're moaning about the ship stats at the moment, infuriates me so much, because they're not thinking about it in the fact that, well, a Retaliator, yeah, at the moment it's not fully introduced. The shields are nowhere near what they should be. The armor's, but that's neither here or there. What I'm saying is a Retaliator should not go one-on-one with a dogfighter and expect to, come out unscathed.
Yeah.
It should be able to put up a fight with turrets and countermeasures and stuff like that, but it should...
okay, imagine a P-51 Mustang against a Liberator bomber.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's take all the people out of the guns, because it's only the pilot who wants to.
Oh
go
yeah,
up.
the P-51.
And he wants to play. And he wants to fly that B-17 like a fighter. What's going to happen to that B-17?
Well, he's
More
going to get his
obvious
ass
he's going
kicked.
to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Isn't that how America technology works?
no,
America.
America.
no, that's not, because they had gunners, they had gunner crews. They had a bad problem in World War II with pilots in escorts running away because they wanted to go and do the glorious dogfight with the German pilots. That caused a lot. But
They chased them down. They
I
would
don't know if
the Germans would use a way to entice
to lure them away, yeah.
the guarding pilots to
What's-
follow them off. And
Yeah. What's actually surprising is that when the Germans were bombing Britain, at first they had the German fighters orbiting very highly above the bombers, and they pounced down on any RAF aircraft that tried to get the bombers. So the German bombers are usually, well, sometimes got attacked. So they complained to the German High Command that they were being attacked, and Hermann Goering said to the fighters, "Stop being pussies," and set finding my English words, sit next to the bombers. As it turns out, this meant that the German fighters didn't have enough manoeuvrability to engage the RAF, and they got massacred. It's one of the reasons why the RAF was able to win.
Anyway,
and they
history
bombed
lesson
our
over.
chippy.
History lesson
fucking
over.
chippies.
We'll do a history stream one day. As of now, we've gone completely off topic. Hooch, next question, which is 5. Yes, it is 5. Yeah.
Yes. Why did you buy a javelin?
I think
I
prodded
don't
you
know.
into it, didn't
Well, yeah. See, what happened was that I had picked up an Idris, and then several days later, after the holiday sale, like 2 days later, I am showing my brother the website. And he's getting into Star Citizen, and I was going through the ships, and I just as I was scrolling over the Idris or the Javelin, I noticed that it said view buying options. I was like, okay, that's weird. Clicked on it. There was one available, so I bought it naturally, and put it into my cart anyways. So I have found out, which I haven't told a lot of people this, but what you can do is you can purchase it, get it to go through the what is the card system called for Star Citizen? Stripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
if
it
you-
through
if
to
you
where
get
it goes
the
through
payment
to the
option
Stripe, and then once Stripe pops up, you just close it. Well,
Yeah.
then the ship's locked to you for, like 48 hours.
Same thing happens if you do PayPal, actually.
Oh, it does it with PayPal? Yeah, I didn't try it with PayPal. So,
Yeah.
and then what you can do is you can actually, later on when it's getting close to the time, you can actually then cancel the order, and then watch the store, and the Javelin will pop back up in the store. And I did this for like a week and a half, and just repurchased it. I actually passed it to my friend's account. So he picked it up for me, and then I passed it back, and then I finally decided, it's screw it, I'm just going to get it, because there was only 400 of them or whatever. So
Nice.
I would just like to hang on. Sorry to interrupt because we've got a few comments here.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just want to add in. I think we've been officially rebuked on language by the gray-headed gamer, who's sitting in our right now. Hello, by the way.
Hello, Mr. Grey-headed
Yeah,
gamer.
he says. I think he's saying we should put something in the swear jar. But,
Okay.
Bollocks to that!
We shouldn't fucking swear anymore.
Fuck's sake, Pooch.
Ubuntu's has a comment about what I meant was it should take a concerted attack to take your shields down before you even think of hull damage. We're going to have to move on from this one, but I think we should just address this real quick.
I would agree with him.
Shield down before
yeah, I agree.
you think of hull
I
damage.
agree with that.
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of ship you have.
I mean, if
I
you're an
think if you're
M50
taking serious like you're a M50 versus a
Idris, and you get faced by ship to ship
Vanguard,
turrets.
and somehow that Vanguard starts getting hits on you with them size 4, size 5 weapons, it should melt you.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you should
Your
die very
shield should
quick.
instantly die.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is. You gotta think about it in terms like that. I see where he's coming from, though. I mean, avoid fire, fly
I think
better
the closer
as
the
well. But I do see what he's saying. Okay.
I think the closer the ship class in terms of size, I think the more time it should take. And there's too much of a sort of size difference between the weapons being used and the shields receiving the damage. And vice versa. I mean, if you're using tiny guns against a huge shield, it shouldn't do anything.
No.
Whereas if you're using huge bloody guns against a tiny little ship, it should just...
and you're able to get that fire on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Gray-Headed Gamers made a comment about Javelin equals org fun.
Oh god,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
The
not
Javelin's gonna be incredible.
sure if he's suggesting kind of Roman kind of org fun there. But
I think
grapes.
yes,
and the vine.
we're going to have a vomitarium in the ship.
Yes. I'll
Vomitarium.
go and fetch the drugs.
No, yeah, the Javelin is going to be incredible, and I think it was created for orgs to just mess around with.
Yeah. I counted the bunks in it, and I think I counted it out at 120 something.
Yeah.
Oh,
bunks.
God.
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane.
That doesn't include
The
the
entire
captains,
org.
Captain's
the
quarters.
first officer, any of the
Yeah.
other quarters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's just
insane.
the bunk
I
room.
mean-
When they
In theory, if you had a good enough sized org, you could run one of these ships 24/7, have shifts, the works. If you had a dedicated amount of people who wanted to do it, you could do it 24/7 and run the ship properly.
Yeah. I think that's the plan for some
That would
bigger
be
orgs.
awesome.
Because that's what happens in real life, when a warship goes out, you have a night and day shift, and you have people hot bunking.
I think the biggest issue is going to be that when you have a guild or org that big enough, you're not really going to be able to trust that many people.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get to know them
Well,
properly.
it depends. Because there are some huge orgs out there which had an actual very tight-knit community, and they're on, you go onto their Discord server or whatever, there's friggin' hundreds of them on, and they're all friends with each other, and they're all pretty good communication. I can understand where you're coming from. The more people, the more chance of a griefer, isn't there?
There's got to be a bad apple somewhere.
You've also got to remember that we're going to get big orgs coming in from EVE. We're going to get big orgs coming in from other games. I'm not mentioning any names. I know where you're going right now, but you got to think these guys actually have enough people to do that. Yeah. If they really put their mind to
they're organised enough to do it as well.
Well, I think
some of them are.
Squadron's going to be a rather big threat. Actually.
Test Squadron.
Why not? Yeah.
Operation Pitchfork as well. I think that is an actual org, isn't it? Operation Pitchfork.
It's an org of orgs.
Yeah.
Because we're a part of that. But
Yeah.
EVE gamers are in for a change, stats to skills. Yeah, I agree on that. A lot of them, if they come in, they're in for a big shock if they're not used to it. They're going to have to play the game.
I don't think Star Citizen is going to appeal to EVE players at all. I mean, it might. Some people.
It will to a lot.
But for the hardcore players, the people who are like really into the stat, no, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem in general with Morgue players. People who are used to their stats, their plus 10 swords, and doing the maths and sitting down and playing XL online. Yeah, they're not going to like it because it all falls apart when your plus 10 gun is all reliant on you taking a joystick or a mouse and getting that pointer in the right place on the screen to shoot somebody.
Yeah, exactly. But we've gone off questions again. Monty, question 6.
Yes. Why did you join the UEENR?
I don't. Well, I met. I don't remember who initially turned me on to it. No, wait.
Yeah, I think it.
No, it was you. It was you.
Yeah,
it was you.
It was.
Yeah, no, it was totally you.
He's kind of sitting there going, I kind of did it.
The guy who asked you the question is the one who got you in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I totally was like drawing a blank.
Did he get you drunk?
Yeah.
Did he get you drunk and hit you around the head? Because we know he's been doing that.
It was a pretty. I was riding a high after that night for a while, to be honest. It was pretty epic that we were both able to grab Idris's. We were both complaining that the sale must have gone on and we missed it. And they released the ships like 45 minutes after the time that they were supposed to.
Yeah. And
we were both, still on, and it worked out. So.
Yeah, I remember receiving that message from you and doing a little dance of joy when I realised there were Idrises still around.
I know. I remember messaging you. I just wanted to send you anything quickly, and it was just they're right now. Go.
Yeah,
it's a timed operation.
I was very thankful for that.
Yeah, it was. Well, it literally made my day even better. Like I got the Idris I wanted, and you were able to get one as well, which made it even better.
It was double Idris magic.
It was all
the way across the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
No, it was great. And so then after that, and he told me about the organization. I looked it up, and I liked the whole principles of it. Because I hadn't really met too many people, but so far, everybody I have met is really awesome. So I have no regrets on joining up, obviously.
Fair dues, man. Fair dues.
By the way, Icarus is actually in chat.
Is he? Hello, Icarus. How are you? Good man.
And he said he commented, "No more watching movies while you mine." I agree with that.
Yeah.
No more AFK mining.
Yeah.
AFK mining.
Though I have said that if you're not careful while mining, the asteroid might blow up in your face. So
I don't know about you. I'm going to watch Saterball while mining. It's going to be my thing. I'm going to be following Saterball like a pro.
we'll have to have Cards Against Humanity matches during big fleet battles.
There needs to be a special Cards Against the Humanity for like Star Citizen or something.
Vandal.
Cards Against Vandal. Someone needs to get on and do that. Cards Against Vandal. That needs to be a thing. Because it would be the in-jokes that only us nerds would get. And everyone else would be like, I don't have a clue what's going on here.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's going to wash.
Oh,
Wow.
Where are we at? 7?
already the wash jokes.
What are we at? 7?
Question 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what is the next best key feature that needs to be introduced to Star Citizen?
Well, this is like a bad week for that question with 2.4 looming with all of the changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think personally the thing that they really need to work on, I don't know, that's hard. It's the stability is one, would be like the performance of the game would be, a good point, but persistence is probably the best. I honestly think that's probably
most of the chat's screaming persistence right now.
Yeah. It is like out of all of the things that they could put in, like there's a lot of things I would like to see happen, but persistence, that's gonna make the game. It's gonna make playing on a daily basis, whatever. When you log out and your ship's all jacked up, and you get back in and your ship's all jacked up still. That's what it should be. Right now. You just want to, you meet up with your buddy or something. You're like, oh, I'll get in your ship. Like, hang on, I'm going to eject from mine and just blow it up, because there's no consequence.
Yeah. Don't mind me, just going to blow up my...
Or get your ship. Get a ship. There you go. I have to try this one. Get a freelancer. Get a whole bunch of people we don't know. Get them to fill it up. Fly out into the middle of nowhere. And just jump out of the ship and commit suicide.
That sounds very anticlimactic, though.
Or just log out.
Well, no, because the ship will disappear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well. That's very troll, though. Very troll. That'd be quite good.
If you wanted to go along that vein, though, just get an Idris, fill it up with slave NPCs, arrive on Earth, and then just dump them all over the place.
On top of the Imperator's palace.
Oh god,
hundreds of
people.
slave NPCs everywhere.
Just raining down from the sky. I
Okay.
think cows might be slightly less
Okay.
morally objectionable.
Question 8. Aegis, Anvil Aerospace, or RSI?
What about Misk?
No, we don't
Aegis
care about
for
that.
Misk.
We're
Aegis,
consolidated.
good man.
Aegis.
Yeah.
Aegis all
it's-
the way.
Good man.
I mean, I have like all my ships are Aegis except for a handful, which are the oddballs, but
Yep.
So a man of exceptional taste.
yeah, I think so.
I just go with what works.
Yeah, well, I think they're better looking, most of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are other ships that are cool and everything, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just
Yeah, they have
totally.
you don't like the smooth lines of your origin.
350s are quite sexy.
I,
No,
In
Not
terms
so
of
much.
shit.
I quite like the,
I like.
M50 is awesome
Well,
looking.
I do. The M50 is cool. I really like the M50.
I think the Gladius is the
And I
best
guess
looking.
like the 350R is pretty cool. I've rented it a few times. Big
Sorry,
and fast, but
gray-headed gamer, Misk fanboy here. I'm concerned with this loaded question because we didn't put it in.
Okay, I did mention Misk
It was a bit
at the
one-sided.
end.
I have to agree with
Opinions
him
are
on that.
secondary.
I did.
Three makes it's like as a Aegis or Anvil.
Uh,
What about the other point?
I did mention Misk at the end. It was just kind of tabbed on at the end.
Yeah.
Is,
Well, it was okay because it wasn't going to be my favorite anyway. So
Ain't the
See?
Gladius is
We got lucky.
best looking
We got lucky.
aircraft.
you know
It's
what? You know
definitely
what?
got that 1960s.
All right. So the final question, I think we're getting here, right? Big question. This is serious role play question here. All right,
Isn't this
you ready
big?
for this?
Oi,
No,
this is
no.
my question.
Sure.
I'm the Terra or Earth.
You scabby little.
I'm a thief. What you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to have to
I
come up with a
don't
stupid
know. I haven't
question.
thought about that much. I'd say Terra.
No. No.
No,
No.
straight
How
up,
can you let
straight
the
up.
Empire down like this?
No. He's out.
Well,
He's
you know,
done.
hey, I've moved. I've moved, and you know, you don't have to stay in one place all the time,
gamer!
right?
I am disappointed. Terra all the way. What?
Oh no. No.
You know, I think I've found another use for my Idris's airlocks, and this time I'm going to be supported in my actions.
Okay, we do actually have a very serious question here, actually. I don't know if any of you have noticed that there's been some pictures going around of the new Mad Cat Satec X56.
Yep.
Meh.
Yep.
It's going to be
Alright.
too expensive.
Do you think that that's a precursor to the SC HOTAS? No, I don't.
No.
I don't think it's
that's gonna be
related
based
at
off
all.
old
I
technology.
think it was their next line, and I think it's pretty much an X55 that's been repainted.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to
I
say.
looked at it, and that's all I can see. You know,
I think the Star Citizen joystick's going to be based off.
Greyheaded Gamer's now trying to get out of it. Now he's saying, "I'm personally an Outlander." You've already
You
said
can't-
Terra.
no.
You have already said you cannot
You
change your
can't
mind. You
take the
cannot-
middle ground.
You've already said Terra.
You've already said Terra.
You disgust us, grey-headed gamer. Come on. Support Earth.
No, the question wasn't do you support. It was, you know,
Earth or Terra.
yeah. So
Well, that's where it was basically going, though.
Pretty much. Yeah, I
Rebel
mean,
Scum.
the actual Star Citizen HOTAS is, I've got a feeling it's going to be made to look maybe something like the Hornets.
Yeah.
Controls, possibly. I
Aren't
think.
they doing... I think they've got 3 controllers they're bringing out. A low value, medium value, and high value.
Yeah.
And I think I read that the low value is going to look like the 300i's. But that's the only one I know about.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the medium. I know there's a low and a high.
I thought there were 3, but I could be wrong.
Are you saying the X56 has 2 joysticks on it? One on the throttle, one on a joystick, and seems the trigger is now 2-stage. I mean, yeah, but that's pretty much just a natural progression of the X55. I can't. I don't really see it as anything to do with Star Citizen.
Let's say my X52's got a 2-stage trigger. No. But,
Yeah. I mean, I got my X55, and I don't need rudders either. I mean, I just use the twist, and you know.
yeah, I
I
mean,
just have a god-awful Thrustmaster stick.
when did we see the the Star Citizen HOTAS? That was at the last CitizenCon, wasn't it?
I think
Oh yeah,
it's
but there's
about-
been a few pictures going around of the changes they're making and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not sure about that trackball thing.
No, the track mode's an
I'm not
awful
sold.
idea.
I'm not sold on it.
What would
Yeah,
that
I'll
be
see
used
what it
for,
looks
though?
like.
It's not going to be used for anything.
Abbot Hugs Thrustmaster T16000. Feck up buttons, but so accurate. He's actually right. It is reliable, but yeah.
Well, I don't like my Thrustmaster. It's just... It looks like...
But you hate everything.
You hate everything.
I like the Cytec joysticks, though.
But you still
For
hate it
now.
a little bit.
In another conversation in a week, you'll say you hate it.
No, I've always wanted one, but the Thrustmaster was cheaper.
Okay, so that's the questions done. Thank you very much for being able to stand that interrogation as
Oh, my pleasure.
as
It wasn't bad.
as crazy as it was.
What? One more question.
Wait.
One final question.
One comment we got to make here. Yeah, you would have a warthog gray-headed gamer, and then you can sit here and talking Satech, and I have my warthog.
Yes.
Just one question. Do you believe a Redeemer should be self-destructed or blown apart with long-range artillery fire?
Neither. I think the Redeemer is like an integral part of a Javelin, being that it's a troop transport ship. So
There's a point.
you know,
Yeah,
it was kind of designed.
As Board Gamer says, it was in his top 5 gunships.
Too big. The Retaliator's too big of a footprint. The Redeemer's shorter and narrower. So, other than that, I don't know what it'd be.
So,
for.
the new nickname for the Redeemer, the Chode.
You're gonna hate it when the Redeemer when they redesign it and it comes out and it's actually like
Really nice.
good. Yeah,
If
like it's
they-
epically good. Like everything's just perfect.
If
It may
they
not be.
ripped off
It might
the
be a
engines,
turd, but-
I would be more accepting of it.
Is
I
it
hate
just
the
the
lamp. I
V
think it looks-
engines you hate?
It's just so horrible. It got its glowy neon, flashy bits, and it's. What were you doing?
like a
when you
maze
designed
inside.
I so thought he was gonna say flappy bits there, but
Flappy spaceships confirmed.
Yeah, they might as well call it.
Okay, let's move on.
Moving
Questions
on.
are done. Questions
Yay.
until we get
Yay.
into a freaking Redeemer rant. Okay, the next part of the show is the bit that we all know and love.
cue the music for it.
Cue the music. This is the ship of the week, and of course, this is the part of the show
We can't hear it.
where you need to take. You won't be able to hear it. They will be able to hear it, but you guys can't hear it.
That's just depressing.
Yeah. Well, you guys suck. That's why.
Other people to hear it.
This is the part of the show where you need to take everything we say with a pinch of salt because it's using the stats page, and nothing is 100% in the stats page.
And as every week, I now have to correct Curtis and explain that the stats are entirely correct. Anything you read should be treated as the word of God himself, if you choose to believe in it, and basically burn down any CIG office that goes against these magical stats.
You have a real thing for arson, don't you? You really like burning things down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pyromania. Crazy. Okay, so this week we're doing an Idris special, just because, really. We just decided to do an Idris special. This is a very popular ship, especially with a particular member of our podcast.
Two now.
Key emphasis on member.
No, we got another one now. There's two of us.
Yeah, there are.
No, doesn't Lucas also have an Idris P?
I just have
Yeah.
a P.
We both
and-
have P's.
Yeah,
No, who is it who had the M then?
that's not me.
It might be Moose.
Moose has an M.
No. I didn't think Ooze has a.
I thought he did. I thought he had a ridiculous collection of shit.
No, not Moose. I know someone does.
Could it be Rooster?
No,
Rooster
he,
does.
No, Rooster has a
Doesn't
P.
he?
I thought he was a P.
Rooster has a P.
Are you sure it isn't Moose? I could swear
No.
Moose had a. Oh, we can ask him.
All right, take it easy, gray-headed gamer.
See you later, grey-headed. Thank you for dropping in. So yeah, the Idris. There's two types of Idris. We have the Idris P and the Idris M. The Idris P is the civilian version of the
No,
Idris.
it's the troll version. They're both used by the military, actually.
Right. Okay. But
Do
it's.
you feel corrected now?
I feel corrected, and I feel like an idiot.
Incorrected.
The Idris M, which is the UES Stanton thing, essentially. Just look at the UES Stanton, that's an Idris P. Idris M. Too many letters. Too many
It's two of
letters.
them.
I think the main difference between the Idris M and the Idris P is that one of them has more guns. It has
The
I
railgun.
think
Yeah.
its loadout is more suited for a front line role, whereas The Idris M is better suited for going after things like void bombers,
Yeah.
whereas Idris P is operating in UENR or UEE space, so it's going to be going up against things like converted retaliators and constellations. They're not going to be so big, they're not going to be so well armed. It's going to be a bit easier for it.
Sesame Street today was brought to you by the letter P and the letter M.
And Rory dying, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, the P is going to be more maneuverable than the M. The M
And
is
faster.
heavier, so the P is going to be faster, more maneuverable. The M has the railgun, which is the anti-capital ship weapon, like you said. So
Apparently the
that's the
music's a
major
bit loud.
difference.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
There you go.
The P has its Plowshare missile system and its Destroyer. Apparently they don't like the D. It's a real shame. But it has
And it
its
has
How could you
Zest-
not like the D?
Cargo.
That's not what I heard.
So
Shingara, they are both going to be ducks that are going to get peppered by harbingers.
I don't think a Harbinger is going to be able to...
Retaliator, maybe.
Yeah, Tally. The Harbinger might be able to do some damage to it.
I mean, I think it has a couple of fairly big torpedoes, but it's only got a couple of them, which is the issue.
See, apparently, on the stats page, right? The stats page.
Oh, here he goes.
The stats
He's
page.
wheeled out
Okay,
the
no, this...
apparent-
Hear me
Truth
out.
and facts
Hear
for
me
all.
out on this. On the stats page, the Harbinger, right, has the same size torpedoes as a Retaliator.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you look at
and
the-
this is looking at a Retaliator's bomb bay. It is bigger than a Harbinger, so I
Yeah,
highly doubt this claim.
No, it only carries two of them. Whereas the Retaliator's got, I'm tempted to say, 2 or 3 in the front,
It's got
4
right.
in the back.
It's got 4. No, it's got 4 in the front, 4 at the back. So it's got 8 torpedoes.
So it's got 4 times the amount of torpedoes that a Harbinger carries, which I think is the balancing factor.
But I don't. But the thing is, a single torpedo is bigger than a Harbinger.
No, the torpedoes and the Retaliator are the same size if you look at them.
You've been inside my tally, haven't you?
Yes.
You've seen
If you
how
have
big those torps are.
Yeah, if you have a look at the concept art of the Harbinger, if you look at the size of the toilet in the Harbinger, you can tell by just guesstimating that the size is about the same. I think they make the same brand of torpedoes actually.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's basically they, instead of having the inside of the Vanguard Warden, they rip everything out. One half of the ship is turned into a torpedo bay,
Yeah.
which has a torpedo sat on top of a torpedo, and the other half is the sort of bunks and stuff.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Alright, but that's not the interest. Alright, so back to the interest.
Yes.
How about them automated turrets from Icarus?
Automated turrets are cool.
automated?
Doesn't have that many.
It only has 1 or 2, doesn't it?
2.
Majority of the they have
Wait.
one on the
Yes. No, it has 1.
one on the P.
It has 1 gimbal unmanned ADS, which is a size 5. It has 1
Yeah.
automated turret. It has obviously the fixed size 5 capital STS. I'm just going to run through the stats a minute, get all that crap out of the way. So the propulsion overview, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 TR5 engines. It's a lot of engines. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 8 TR3 thrusters, and it has 2 to be disclosed power plants. I'm guessing they're just gonna be capital ship power plants, right? Is that because I know they were doing it differently now with power plants? I don't know what they're doing, but it's weird. It has.
Well, they went past.
It has 6 size 5 man turrets, 1 gimbal unmanned ADS size 5 turret, 1 capital fixed STS size 5 turret, 1 capital pylon size 5, The shield is to be disclosed, but I'm guessing it's capital shield. And one set of additional equipment, which I'm guessing is the hangar.
And a guy who throws beer cans out of an airlock at passing ships.
Hey, take this, you're drunk.
If we look at a comparison of between the P and the M has the manned turrets. The M has 6 size 5s with size 3 guns in them.
Okay.
And the P has 7 size 5 turrets with size 3 gun. I think it's the same sort of gun used in both, actually. And then they
7 size 5 manned
apparently have
in both.
Yeah, they both apparently have a class 6 size 5 turret, ship to ship, but that has size 2 weapons in it, apparently.
It's actually on the Idris.
Okay, so now to break down how they've changed. To break this down, how they've changed the system. Remember, you got small, medium, large, and capital.
Mm.
So, am I to assume that a size 6 is a capital,
Probably.
No. I don't.
or is that just a
think
large?
so.
What is the biggest
I think
size? It's
the
size
class
10, isn't it?
9. Yeah, but if you're talking about turrets, they don't work like that currently. You've got class 5 or size 5, I'm not sure what you call it these days, which are basically manned turrets. You've got class 6, which are unmanned, class 7, which are spinal mounted, basically fixed weapons, class 8, God knows what, and then class 9 are weird turrets,
I
things
think
like
7 plus is all
anti-missile.
fixed, isn't it?
No, because the class 9 is basically well, apparently they've stuck the Plowshare anti-ship missile launcher in there, but if you look at things like the Phoenix and ships with anti-missile turrets, they're also class 9.
Okay, that's
So
because I
was in some weird mixed oddity turret
was
class.
gonna say I didn't think gimbaled weapons went anything above size 6. But I
No.
could be wrong.
The class 9 is the Phoenix is basically flanks cannon.
Okay. Is the music okay for everyone, by the way? In the chat.
Let me just have a quick listen. It's not too bad. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Cool. Sorry about that. Sorry, it was too loud. From what I see, the Idris P doesn't have an STS turret.
According to the comparison thing, it does.
They're saying okay.
Good. I mean, if you have the comparison window open for the P and the M, it still has the size 5. But it doesn't have the Plowshare anti-missile launcher system. Anti-ship missile launcher system.
See,
So the P appears to lose the Destroyer railgun and the Plowshare anti-ship missile launcher, which is a size 5 weapon. So
Okay.
very, very big.
alright, fair enough, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it still has the big freaking gun on the bottom, but it doesn't have the gun on the top. Okay,
No,
that's fine.
it's still, I think, the difference between the P and the M is, if you look at the most recent pictures of the M, I think what will happen is it'll lose the mounted railgun on the bottom front of the hangar.
Yeah.
It's going to lose the Y-shaped missile launcher, but I think it might keep the turret just in front of the missile launcher.
Okay, right.
I could be
Okay.
entirely wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen.
But that's a ship-to-ship turret, though.
Yeah, well, according to the stats we got, it keeps it, so...
Okay, well, fair enough.
Plus,
What-
it's only a size 2 weapon, apparently.
What
so-
do you think, Lucas? What do you think about it? The Idris series.
I like him, but I personally think the M is probably going to be the more way to go.
Mm.
Not that having a P is a bad thing, obviously, since I got one. It's just, converting them over to you'll be able to convert them to M's when the game goes live. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the P is also supposed to have about twice the cargo capacity.
yeah, I mean it's not that much though. I mean it is, it's a lot compared to smaller ships, but like
It
the
goes from-
Starfarer hauls more. So
The
It goes from 800 to 1,700.
yeah,
So it should be fairly respectable in the P at any rate.
does the P have a hangar?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the same.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
it
going
has
crazy.
exactly-
Yeah, that's the whole kind of point. Really is
Pocket
the whole
carrier.
kind of point is it's built around a hangar. you
Pocket
know?
carrier.
Yeah.
No, it's not a pocket carrier. It's not.
Everything's
Yeah,
a
I'm
pocket
sorry, but-
carrier. Even
Yeah,
the
but if you
Hornet is a
compare it to
pocket
what-
carrier.
Yeah, but if you compare it to what the Royal Navy called a pocket carrier, it is a pocket carrier.
No, I'm trolling, guys.
I mean,
I'm taking
The
them.
little
And that brings us that brings us to another thing on the whole Idris. Right.
pocket. Or the,
So it can
carrier.
take 4 fighters.
Yeah.
How many can we actually fit in there?
Technically, if you
Depends on the ship.
had 8 Hornets, if you had good enough players and they were alert enough, you could have 4 of them patrolling while 4 rested. So in the realms of technicalities, you could really get up to 8 fighters operating off an Idris.
Yeah, but how much can it fit in the hangar?
Oh, I'm going to say 4.
Isn't the Merlin a pocket carrier?
Oh yeah, Merlin's a pocket carrier.
Yeah.
Like
Everything's
the
a
Merlin,
pocket carrier.
you could probably put. I'd
A
say
dozen
you'd be able to put yeah,
Outside
a
of it.
dozen Merlins will more than likely fit in the Idris hangar bay, or let's see, 8 to 10.
Yeah, but then those are
M50s.
more like swarm craft. Then we're talking
Yeah.
about like actual
Yeah.
dogfighters. If you're trying to like if you're gonna swarm an enemy with like little things to shoot at, it's perfect. But if you want
Yeah.
actual defense, like things such as gladiuses and hornets and stuff like that, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Mm.
Like I think you'll be able to land a vanguard in there.
Yeah.
You'd only be able to put like 2 vanguards and 2 hornets, or 1 vanguard and 2 hornets, I should say. So they would cut you down.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
take
think
up
2
2 ships.
I
think
I
two
actually have
vanguards.
a side question right now. We have Abbot who's asking about signing up for the reserves.
Yeah.
Where should I point him?
Brilliant. Well, if you want to point him towards one sec.
I pointed him
Point
towards the Facebook right now.
UEENR to Facebook.
Yeah, point him towards the Facebook and get him to contact me, and I will.
Icarus has pointed him right to the Robert's
Good
face.
man, Icarus. Good
Yep.
man. Welcome
We're,
to the
we're much
UEENR.
more active on Facebook though
Huh?
at the moment. That and TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
We get together for
Come on
Starts at
TeamSpeak
2
tomorrow. We've got Fleet Day tomorrow. Come on.
Yes.
Okay. The
So fighters.
yeah,
Yeah.
4 fighters.
4.
Hornet-sized fighters or
How
4.
many vanguards can we get in?
I think Lucas
Like 2.
said about 2.
2,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
probably more than likely.
how many tallies?
1. If
I
it's not
don't
too
know.
long.
I don't think a tally.
No, the tally has closy wings, so it might
but they
not
don't-
sit
Still
properly.
pretty
But it
wide.
has big flippy up engines.
And we have to try.
Yeah, but they're just.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it'll fit, but it won't operate effectively.
I'm
at
gonna
all.
try and see if I can put a Starfarer in there, Constellation. I mean,
Oh, if I think we should try fitting an Idris in an Idris, Lucas.
that,
But
very-
that's
yeah,
just
for
silly.
sure.
That's never.
Yeah,
but-
we'll have to try that. We'll
It'll
see
just
if
look
we
like
can-
they're mating.
We can
That's
trim
how,
a bit off the
javelins are made. Didn't you know this?
Yeah.
Javelins are made.
engine. Wait, would it be 2 javelins doing it and then making the Idris?
The max crew on an Idris is about 10, which I think is really weird.
I
10?
think it has half
No.
the.
That's
No.
gotta be wrong.
No, that's the minimum is 7 or something.
It says max.
5 or 7.
It says
I
max.
heard it was 4 or 5.
No. You got to remember, they're all wrong. They're back when it was
That
like
was-
No,
They do.
Rory's already said the stats are 100% hooch.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but
I'm going to-
Rory
There's
said.
that.
Yeah, basically,
Monty said this.
each crewman is hooked up into a computer system, and they take over android bodies, and that's basically how it works.
Okay, Monty, you know you're supposed to take the plastic off the crack before you smoke it.
I do not do such things.
And that's just what somebody who would do it would say.
I
How
don't
many
take the
frigates
plastic
are going to
off.
be in
Yeah,
the
you
game?
wouldn't take the plastic off. Yeah.
Because
I would
obviously
do
the Idris was originally a corvette and now is a frigate. So how many
Yeah,
frigates do you
it's-
think are going to be in the game?
One. Well, the two.
Wouldn't there be like other companies though?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a new Corvette, they're going to have to be replacing somebody in all likelihood, so I'm going to say 3.
So you'd
Because
have
there will be-
Aegis. You've got Aegis, which is the Idris, Anvil, and then
No,
Varus.
Idris isn't a Corvette.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
Aegis is a
We're
frigate.
talking about like how many frigates are going to be.
Oh, right, yeah.
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 So
I'm
you-
going to say 3. I think there'll be one random one that does something.
I think.
That
Maybe-
could be. Yeah.
But how would they differentiate them though? Like what? There has to be an advantage to having a different one, surely.
I think you'll probably have one that's what we would class as a maritime patrol aircraft. Very, very long range. If it wants to be, it can be fairly stealthy, but no real weapons.
And where are we only just talking about the human ones as well? Because
Yeah.
there's going to be alien ones.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be.
be
Oh
aliens.
my god,
Yeah.
the frickin' Xi'an. Ah, I love the
Xi'an.
Xi'an so much.
Cheyenne? Zion?
Is it Xi'an?
Jean.
Zan. Xi'an.
It's however you want to say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Zion.
It's who's going to correct you? One of them?
Aha!
I'd say Xi'an, just to be really annoying. And opposite.
It is actually pronounced chode.
No, I thought that was the Redeemer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Ooch, you are wrong. And now you will be introduced to the cold, hard vacuum of space.
Sorry, I've been there.
Done that, got the t-shirt.
Was I saying something?
Probably, but it was nothing important.
Yeah, that's probably correct.
So the Idris should be coming out. Well, it'll be in Squadron 42, and I've got a feeling it'll be this year. So we've only got a couple of months to
What sort
wait.
of jobs do you think there'll be on it?
Sort of jobs.
He's going to have the captain, the XO.
You got
Engineer.
Captain XO. You've got weapon. You
Engineer.
got Chief Engineer. You got the weapons. No, you got the warfare guy. You got comms, which
Flight
comes
control.
under flight control. And then you've also got your actual
Full
flight
guard.
control for your dog fighters and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're going to have aircraft control.
Gunners, yellow
they'll just be
jackets,
NPCs, I imagine.
yellow jackets,
Or deck crew.
deck crew. You've got your damage control, and
I think they'll just be No, wait, no, I think everybody's damage control, aren't they? On most ships.
yeah, everyone's damage control. And then you've got your marines.
Warfare?
You've got your marines on board as well to repel borders invaders.
Oh well, just give everybody on the arc crawler a pointy stick.
Or the crossbow.
Oh, I have a crossbow actually.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for it actually.
Star Citizen crossbow. That's gonna be.
It's
pretty
the
cool.
only reason I backed that game, as it turned out. It was
You
purely
with weapons. That's just a scary concept.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially you.
And I'm going to have
Gonna
a
hurt
very,
yourself.
very, very large one when it comes to the address.
A very large pointy stick.
Yeah. I'm going to be sat on the bridge of my giant pointy stick holding a device that throws pointy sticks.
Yeah. Actually, they're bolts, aren't they, from crossbows?
I would
Yeah,
love.
pointy sticks.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? Go on.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Here's something. This is
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Here's the difference between the Idris P. Okay. The Idris P is a Mark II Peacekeeper variant developed for the UEE patrol services. The Idris P strips the standard ship-to-ship gun and spinal mount in favour of additional cargo capacity and superior speed. So no ship-to-ship gun, no spinal mount, the bigger cargo.
So does it still have the Plowshare missile launcher?
Probably not. Maybe, actually, yeah. It didn't say anything about the thing.
I'm just going to listen to the stats and ignore the lore then.
Don't ever listen to the stats. Just Idris
I
M.
always listen to the stats.
Idris M is the larger than a bomber but smaller than a ship of the line. Frigates
Which is
occupy an
completely
interesting.
wrong at this point.
Frigates
It's
occupy an
about-
interesting space in pantheon of warships. While they lack the heavy armour and capital weaponry of a cruiser, frigates are more manoeuvrable and highly configurable.
Yeah, but nowadays frigates can carry anti-ship missile systems, so
But this is the future.
yes, where everybody suddenly had a shit on the brain and decided dreadnoughts were a thing again.
In the future, you should be able to crew a Javelin or an Idris with one person because the rest of it should be friggin' automated.
Why would you even need
You should
one
be able to-
crewman?
Well, yeah, you can sit at home and do it from your computer, right?
Well, you
Yeah.
just have
You
an
know,
AI to do
But
it.
no, it just wouldn't be that much fun
Mm.
if you did.
It's a fantasy setting, everybody. But
What?
yeah,
Are you saying it's not real?
I'm sorry, Hooch.
Shit,
We've
we didn't
talked
tell
about
Hooch
this
that.
before. Oh, we're gonna have to get
Fuck, Curtis,
counsellors.
I told you not to tell him Chris Roberts wasn't real.
Code Red. Code
Oh,
Red.
We're gonna have to get
No.
counselling for him and everything. It's gonna be expensive.
Now the channel's going to be
Ugh.
bombarded by SJW.
That is really cold tea.
Mm.
Lovely.
Did you enjoy it with some fava beans and a nice shandy?
No.
No. So Idris, it's pretty self-explanatory. I was gonna ask, what's it going to be used for in the verse? But I think we all know what it's going to be used for in the verse.
Basically, giving pirates really nice surprises.
But the pirates
And
will have an
something to
Idris as
steal.
well.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
quick question: can the Idris P be outfitted with the Idris M weaponry?
Yes, they've
Yes.
already confirmed that you'll be able to buy the upgrades in the game.
Awesome. Okay,
I
that's,
find it
that's fine.
just a tad suspicious that I'll be able to walk into my local ship dealer and go, well, you know that huge rail gun I saw on the military ship? I'd really, really like one. Oh, and I want some massive guns as well. To
No,
stick on the-
right, I'm gonna pretend I'm the shopkeeper, right? And you're walking in, so I have to sell you this and you don't really look that trustworthy, okay? So you got to convince me to sell you this weapon, right? So
Look
right,
at that face. How
That-
could you not trust that face?
okay, all
I
right.
have
So
millions
walk
of
into the shop, okay? Walk into the shop,
plot.
okay? You've just plopped in front of me. I'm not selling you anything now.
Even though there are no chairs.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
bring my own chairs, I'm just that rich.
Okay.
Okay. You have a servant pushing a chair behind you. Okay. Make
I
me
light
sell
up
you
my
this
cigar
weapon. Okay.
with money.
Okay.
Sir, I demand your finest railgun.
Well, the thing is, we only have one, and you don't look particularly trustworthy, so why should I sell you this?
Here's 1,000,000 credits.
Deal. Done.
See,
Done.
it's really
Actually,
very-
I would imagine you'd probably have to go to special
Black market.
what I
black
have-
market kind of dealers for
Or
that sort
Ion
of
Traps.
No. If you have a good reputation, they said you'll be able to buy it from UEENR.
Well, you're buggered dead because you're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
start and
fucked.
go out killing people.
You're gonna be
So how's
killing
that gonna work?
redeemers.
He needs to get it
Blowing
right
people
away.
out of airlocks and
An
stuff. That's not gonna
alt
get
account.
you.
What?
Just have an alt account. Give it to myself off the alt account.
Isn't? Could you do that?
Ah,
You're talking
Yeah.
Eve.
no.
Yeah.
That's pirate talk.
Yeah, but surely
that's
that kind of
pirate.
breaks the game because then you could have pirates that are really evil bastards That would
Actually,
go
I
and-
do think that if you've got a bad reputation and a good reputation, they do watch what's going on between them.
All you
I
have
think
to
I
do
remember
though, in
something
terms of
about that.
pirates is have one person that doesn't have a bad reputation that just bumbles around in UEE space. Drops
Yeah,
some
but
tricks and
the
stuff
people
and-
he's dealing with, their reputation can wash off to him.
Well,
Yeah,
a
but if he's
pirate
not
is going to be able to
someone
go
who's
to a
protected,
pirate weapon salesman and get it there.
all he can do, all he
themselves.
has to do is go on, say, Skype with his mates, ask if they need anything.
Oi,
And
All
lads,
accounts are okay.
go
They-
round,
All
guys.
accounts are just connected accounts, which you can use as NPCs and are related to the main account in game. So yeah, you would have to actually have another account.
Yeah, an alt account.
Yeah. Not one of your NPCs or one of your other players on that account.
No,
So you'd have to have two separate ones.
no, if you get another package on the same account,
Yeah. You got
then
two
you get
accounts.
your own personalised NPC.
Yeah.
Which I need to do, actually.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. That's cleared that up. Okay. So other roles for the Idris because it's modular.
Cabin
Bacon
boy.
rolls, sausage rolls.
No, cabin boy.
Yeah, but what type of sausage? Like you're.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's got to be important.
Right,
you need to know
obviously,
what
it's-
sausage is going to be in this
It's
role.
either going to be a Cumberland sausage or one of those funny little German smoked things.
But the German sausages are the best.
They are, in fact.
They
yes.
are really nice sausages.
They're vastly superior to the United Kingdom sausage.
Yes, they are.
And the American
But
sausage.
in all seriousness, what
Delicious.
are the roles for the Idris?
Basically a skirmisher. And
Gas station, refueling.
oh yeah, fighters. Yeah.
You know, because it has that big thing right in the middle where you land shit on.
Wait,
What,
it's
the
for
gun?
landing?
Yeah.
I thought that was for storing explosives. when
No.
you-
I think everything else is secondary, really, to that.
Yeah.
No.
And apparently, we've just been told to shoot you and take away your citizenship.
Hooch, you're getting very, very confused. The
Me?
big open hollow space
No.
inside the ship.
Oh, yeah,
You
shoot
don't
it.
want to load up crates of explosives to make yourself go boom even more.
No, because you load crates of explosives, and then you get somebody who goes in and lights a cigarette and blows the whole damn thing up.
That'll be
Get
Harrison.
electrically
Harrison
detonated
would just
explosive.
he'd blow your ship up within a day.
Yeah, you got to remember, you have Oakley on your ship. You want Oakley around explosives?
He can go and clean a cabin or something. I'll
With
padlock
explosives
that.
in.
Right, Harrison, here's a grenade. You sit in that cabin for that. I'm going to be off the ship, but make sure you pull the pin. Well, what was the Monty Python?
Telling him like anything. It's like, Oakley, do not press that red button and then walk out the room.
Make sure you don't press this red pin once you've seen my ship leave the hangar, okay? And make sure you definitely don't do it when I'm at least 3 kilometers away from the ship.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Explosions. I think this was something that we talked about in a podcast before. The bigger the ship, will the explosions of that ship actually cause damage to other ships around it?
Well,
Eventually, they're supposed
We've
to.
already
Yeah.
seen
Yeah,
that if
ideally.
you self-destruct the small ships next to each other, they'll go boom.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
quite
I've
funny.
proved that on
Yeah,
several
you've
occasions,
proved that on
actually.
multiple occasions, Rory. Fucking bastard. God's
But
sake.
just think, Curtis, the amount of damage I could do with an Idris if we had a fleet maneuver.
I could just imagine you just flying so slowly right up to my ship and just booping it and then going, "Hey Curtis," and they'd be like, "What?" And you'd be like, "Surprise, motherfucker!"
Yeah, but Sod's Law dictates I'm going to accidentally do it to Hawks 890.
Oh my god, you would die.
Correction, I would already be dead.
Yeah, Yes, you would. Rory's gonna have so many alt characters by the time we actually do any operations, because he's just gonna have died so many times.
I'm currently estimating a lifespan of about 3 hours per character.
Is that an average? Because that's quite bad as an average.
I thought that was quite good.
Okay, so that's pretty much the ship of the week. Now we're going to move on to the final part of the show.
Could I just explain my thinking on that?
Okay.
If I kill my characters quickly enough, they won't have time to file the death taxes. So I shouldn't lose any money.
Yeah, you should be alright.
Yeah.
Final part of the show is engine cooldown, and this is the part of the show where we just discuss what we'd like to see happen in words. Where we discuss.
Hey, it says in generally chat shit, but haven't we been doing that the whole time anyways?
Okay, I'm gonna read what it says.
Okay.
Part of the show we discuss what we'd like to see happen in Star Citizen over the next week, and just generally chat shit.
Pipes. I want to see pipes.
So you want to see pipes. Hooch, what do you want to see?
Me able to put my sawbucks back on my Super Hornet.
Okay. Fair dues. And track IR?
Yeah, and track IR, yes. That's
Okay.
just a given, but, you know.
And Lucas, what would you like to see happen next week?
Next week, I'd like to see the PTU, rolling out with the 2.4.
Yeah.
It's, hopefully before late next week, early next week.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, pretty much the same. 2.4 would be really nice. I'd quite like to see some character customization, but that's just because I like RPGs. So
I think that they're going to put 2.4 in the PTU first, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it will probably be PTU next week, and then week after will actually be 2.4.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2.4 is going to be very exciting. I am looking forward to it. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for tuning into The Reservist on this fine day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We will see you next week on The Reservist, where Navy Talks every Saturday at 2100 GMT. If you are interested in joining... Yeah, it wasn't 2100 GMT today, that's for certain.
It hasn't been for weeks.
It hasn't been for a while, but we like to try and keep it that way. If you would like to join the UEENR, please feel free to inquire within the chat. Hooch is in the chat. He can provide you with links and all that good stuff. And there should also be another link. We are still actually currently recruiting. We have multiple job roles on offer at the moment. From Capital Ship Crew or Monty Ship, which you really shouldn't do. That's fucking stupid. That's like signing your life away. I've actually got
15 souls.
I've actually got positions open on my Retaliator Squadron, the Reapers. If you've got a Retaliator,
It's an awful job.
Squadron, or if you just generally just want to be a space hobo, like Hooch.
They're always welcome on the
If you just want to do, we have multiple positions open. There's always stuff going on Facebook, so just come on in, chat to us on Facebook, and also join us on TeamSpeak.
I need a lot of crew members, so...
Yeah, and
join
also Lucas needs crew for his Javelin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. We will see you next week. If you enjoyed the podcast, please follow me on Twitch. That'll be awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It's fucking awesome. Thank you, guys. I will see you next week. Have an amazing week. I love you. Bye.